The new Echo trailer has rejuvenated my faith in the MCU. I won't say restored because it was never gone. I always had that little bit of faith deep down in my heart that they would find their way. It's been rough lately. It's been rough. Not for me necessarily, but a lot of fans have not been enjoying the current MCU and the stuff that has been coming out over the past year or two. For me, it's been hit and miss. I've had great stuff that I've really, really enjoyed, and then other stuff that not so much. But for the most part, I thought it was pretty good. But not like it was back in Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 1, 2, and 3, the phenomenal era. You got to remember, though, there were some stinkers in there a little bit, like Thor and Thor the Dark World were not the most fantastic films. I think people forget. That that it wasn't always like hit after hit after hit, And, some people don't like this Loki series. I'm actually really enjoying it. I thought the last episode was the best episode yet of the entire season. I thought it was fantastic. I actually took this week off from my Marvel podcast, but I had some great friends of mine fill in for me and give their rundown. They were not thrilled with the Loki series overall. I think they enjoyed this episode, at least one of them did, but they not big fans of the Loki series, not big fans of the MCU right now, and it's sad to see. And that's what I meant by it's not that my faith in them doing great stuff is wavering. It's that my faith that they can hold on to all the fans is wavering, because I'm seeing it. I'm going to be here, ride or die for the MCU. Like I'm waiting on those X-Men. I think the only thing that could turn me off of the MCU is if they ruined the X-Men, which I don't see happening. I pray to God that doesn't happen. But short of that, I'm in for the ride, man. I'm in for the ride. I've been waiting on the MCU X-Men for, God, as long as I can remember. Not that I didn't enjoy the Fox X-Men. Those movies were, a bunch of them were really great. So I'm hoping they can do even better than Fox did with the X-Men universe. But that's not even what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Echo. This trailer for Echo, which I didn't see coming. I didn't know, it was up in the air. I've talked about it on my podcast. Weren't we supposed to get Echo this year? Whatever happened to Echo? We haven't heard anything about it at all. It just seems like they were kind of keeping it under wraps a little bit. And it's a beautiful thing to behold, man. If you have not watched this Echo trailer, you need to go check it out. It's like a silver lining on the clouds that are over the MCU right now. It's like a shining light, a beacon of hope. It is, I truly hope it lives up to its promise, because it gives a lot of promise, man. It is dark. It is centered around, Kingpin and the relationship between him and Echo. It feels like Daredevil, man. It feels like Netflix Daredevil. It looks dark. There's blood, lots of blood in the trailer. I think it's a TV-14 or TVMA, maybe even. Dude, if this thing goes as dark as the Netflix Daredevil series, this gives me incredible hope for the MCU version of Daredevil that's coming out next year. I've been worried lately, especially with what we've been seeing. I've been worried that they couldn't go as dark as they needed to. I've been worried that they weren't even going to try. This gave me hope for Daredevil. The trailer centers around, we're getting her past. I think we're getting her origin story. So we get stuff when she's a kid, when she's adopted by Kingpin. We get stuff current day where she's kind of at war with Kingpin. There's a scene that it keeps flashing back to. She's narrating the trailer. But it's really just her talking to Kingpin. Because if you remember, at the end of Hawkeye, which is still my favorite series of the MCU, right there neck and neck with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Hawkeye was amazing. But if you remember, they left it with Kingpin being shot in the eyeball, right? And in this scene in the trailer, she's got a gun pointed at him. He has his eye covered with like a patch or whatever. Not even a patch. This is recent. This is like, it looks like it's picking up right after Hawkeye, like the present day stuff. But then we're also going to be going back and getting history, getting her like Native American heritage. Oh man, it looks so good. It looks so dark. There's like tears. Like the last thing I saw that looked this dark was the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. And I feel like this is way darker. I feel like this is way darker, way grittier. God, I can't wait for this series. And it's coming January 10th. I thought we were going to be waiting months and months and months for another series because this year we only got 2 series the entire year. So I was so happy to see that we get a trailer right now. We've got some stuff coming out. We've got the Marvels coming out next week. We've got, I don't know if they'll do a holiday thing. But, you know, even if they don't, that's cool. We got the Marvels. And then January 10th, right at the beginning of the year, we're getting this Echo series, which I hope it just, it starts a forest fire. I hope it just spreads and everything gets a little more dark. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. You got to keep some stuff for kids. You got to keep the Ms. Marvels. You got to keep the, the stuff that's more kid friendly. But come on, man, give us some dark stuff. Let's get back into Moon Knight. Let's do Ghost Rider. Let's make this Daredevil, this 18-episode Daredevil series that we're getting next year. Let's make it as dark as it can get for Disney, baby. Yeah, they better start getting comfortable with getting dark because we got Deadpool 3 coming out next year, and that's going to be the first ever rated R Disney film, and probably the first ever rated R film. I think the first ever rated R film to break $1 billion in the box office. That's my prediction. Deadpool 3 is going to kill it. It is going to kill all the R-rated records. Anyway, I would love to know what you guys think of this trailer. Let me know if you thought it was as good as me. You may have avoided it. You may have seen it and been like, man, the MCU sucks lately. I'm not going to watch this. Do yourself a favor, restore your faith in the MCU, and watch the Echo trailer. And if you enjoyed my opinion, if you enjoyed this video, please like the video, share the video with your friends. And if you like this sort of thing where I talk entertainment and pop culture, that's kind of what I do here on this channel. I try to do it as frequently as possible, which is pretty damn frequent. So if you're into that sort of thing, please subscribe to the channel, or you can favorite or follow Daily BS Podcast. It's an audio version of this podcast. Check out all my other podcasts. It's always in the description. Got a bunch of them, a bunch of different stuff that I cover, including Marvel Plus, which is a Marvel MCU-centric podcast. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, check it out. Subscribe. Share it with your friends. Thank you guys so much. I will talk to you again very soon. Thanks.